Friends, folks, gang, don't bury the fun here. The bonus 6 Feet Under episodes are where me, the guests and the goddesses chinwag over your top-notch correspondence, and it is of a very high calibre. There's already over 100 episodes waiting for you, so let me do the maths on that for you quickly. No, I can't do it. But what I do know is there is supreme bang for buckage happening right here, right now. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts or head to wherethere'sawillthere'sawake.com for all the details. And if you do, you'll get everything completely ad-free. Speaking of which...
Don't go anywhere. Don't go away. We'll be back after this short break.
Oh my, I'm so sorry about this. Sweet Satan. What the hell is happening here? I can hardly hear. Can you hear me? I can hardly hear myself think. Oh, that's better. Somebody's laid a fresh log on the fire and been doing a little bit too much poking downstairs. It's hotter than a Carolina Reaper in here. No, I'm not talking about the Grim Reaper's mistress. We all know that is Sue. And yes, she is also smoking hot. All right, folks, it's evacuation time. Grab your pitchforks, horns, halos, wings, hooded capes and whatnot. Single file, please. No trampling. Welcome to hell. Oh, sorry, that's another podcast. I mean, welcome to... She presses the jingle. While I knock on death's door and remind him that he is in fact a fire marshal and should really be wearing his high vis at all times during an evacuation process, it's time to welcome this week's guest. He's one hell of a guy. It's the devilishly delightful
Oh my gosh, that was delightful.
They gave you 110%.
The production on that.
Wasn't it?
Foxy. I love Foxy being in there.
I love Foxy. And I also like...
Yeah, that was... And the layers of... That was like a full musical production.
Wasn't it?
That was thrilling.
How are you doing, Daniel?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. What are you plugging? Plug away. Plug away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I guess a sort of almost sister podcast to this in a way. My podcast, Welcome to Hell, I suppose would be the main plug, which is...
You don't talk about people's funerals, do you, Daniel?
No, we don't.
No.
It's more like, why are you a dreadful person? Is kind of the vibe. Let's find out all the bad bits about the person and all the sins they've committed.
And do you dish up some of your own as well?
Yeah, frequently.
Just to sort of get them going.
Yeah, I like to slip in my own misadventures as much as I physically can.
Yeah. And do you find those are running out now that you've been doing the podcast for a bit? Are you having to scrape the barrel, even lie?
Yes, not the lying, scraping the barrel, but then sometimes things like revelations come up. Do you find that? It's a bit like doing like past life regression therapy where you're suddenly like, oh my God, I forgot I murdered that woman. Like things kind of come up.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's really, really odd.
Yeah.
It's really lovely to have you here, Daniel, at the old pearly gates. We'll get on to how you died and all that kind of stuff shortly. But I'm the receptionist here.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think, as you'll agree, I'm doing a pretty good job.
It's going pretty well.
It's going pretty well.
Yeah.
Thanks. I need 3 quickfire reasons why Heaven's Gates should swing open for you.
Oh my gosh.
Please, Daniel Foxx.
Okay, quick fact. I'm very kind to animals.
Lovely.
I have kept some great secrets.
Oh.
And I'm like a terminal gossip, but there are a few that are so choice and I have really held my oath to not speak them aloud.
Okay.
I'll tell you after we stop recording.
Yeah, good.
Third one, my first ever sex dream was about God.
No. No.
Yeah.
No. How old were you?
I think I must have been like 7 years old.
And what happened?
I had just watched Disney's Hercules.
Oh, Hercules.
So sexy.
Such a great show.
I can't wait to see the musical.
I know it's coming out quite soon.
I'm so excited. But do you remember the scene where like Zeus is like a big statue?
Yes.
And he like comes to life.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, I do.
In my dream, he came to life as a big statue. And I don't think I really even knew what sex was at that age. So it wasn't like proper sex, but I think he like scooped me up in his massive hand.
Oh.
And I just remember feeling extremely horny about that.
Did it wake you up?
Yeah.
Did it?
I think it awakened everything. I was
Did
like,
it?
I'm snapped awake, I'm horny and I'm gay.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just saying,
age
like,
7.
at age 7. So I'm like, let me through those gates and I have a lot to offer God.
Wow. I'm into this. So do you see God as Zeus, pretty much? You're sticking with the sort of Greek,
I think
classical.
For me, that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah.
Yeah.
My like how he would appear to me.
Yeah.
Big statuesque.
I'm interested
daddy.
in those secrets that you're keeping.
I'll tell you often.
Oh my days. Hard to keep secrets though, right?
So hard. And also like,
oh my God.
I live this industry as well.
Yeah,
live
yeah,
for
yeah.
the gossip
Yeah.
and it is bountiful.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
some things people have told me and sworn me to secrecy.
Yeah.
I've been very good at sticking to that.
Sexy secrets?
Sexy secrets.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm taking them to my grave, or at least to their grave, and then it can go in my memoir.
Or to Gravesend.
Or to Gravesend is
Go
where
to
I might take it
Gravesend
to.
and then you can just divulge everything.
That's the loophole. You
Isn't
can say
it?
anything in Gravesend.
You can. You really can. That is amazing. Okay, I'm going to pop all of that down onto my spreadsheet.
Thank you.
Is there any burning admission that you wanted to sort of get off your chest? You know, sort of expunge, cleanse.
Yeah. I guess talking of burning, I burned Princess Anne once.
No.
I used to work as a waiter when I was at university, and I was carrying like a pot of hot tea at some like very fancy event.
Okay.
And span too quickly and just poured like truly scaldingly boiling hot tea all down the back of Princess Anne's bare legs.
No.
And she, like a blood-curdling scream.
She swore. You
Sorry. And
She's sweary though.
she is.
Did she swear?
I think maybe a swear came out. She like leapt into the air, screamed, turned around. Obviously, everyone in this like function, like I think it was like the Woodland Trust or something. Like everyone turned to like stare at me, and I was like, "I'm so sorry." And thankfully, a man thought he'd knocked me. He hadn't, but he took the blame and went, "I'm so sorry, I knocked you. It's just water." And she went, "Yes, well, it was rather warm."
So good.
So good.
So, at least you didn't get her hairdo.
Yeah, thank God.
So you went straight for calf.
I went straight for her.
They are sturdy,
Sturdy,
aren't they?
but sort of papery old lady legs.
Oh,
at that point.
no.
Thin skin at that point.
Crepey.
I would imagine so.
Oh.
Clearly not that sensitive. She's carried on the night, straight on. 3rd-degree burns.
Are you a royalist, Daniel?
Yeah, a bit, I
I
think.
like a royal event, don't you?
I like a royal event. I like the pomp. I like the circumstance.
Yeah.
Do I think they should have any power? No. Do I think they're like a wonderful sort of national trust, sort of immersive theatre piece? Yes.
Yeah.
Love that.
I'd be sad not to have those, live events.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Prince Philip's funeral, I got absolutely wholly immersed.
Gripping.
That was
And,
in
like,
lockdown. I loved it.
If we did, if ever, it was taken away from us, I hope they do some sort of like ABBA Voyage situation.
That would be good.
Some projection
That would.
holograms.
I mean, you're too young to remember, but back in the day, some of them were quite hot.
I've seen pics of even Charles.
Quite hot. Anne, very hot.
Yeah.
Very hot.
I have seen that. I've seen a picture of King Charles, formerly of Prince fame, playing like polo or something in some very tight jodhpurs.
Yes.
And let me tell you, the King's Peach is quite something.
Is it? I haven't analysed completely. No, good to know. Now, I'm going to get back to the little matter of what's going to happen to your soul for the whole of eternity in a little while.
Okay.
For now, the most pressing thing on my mind, you were shoveling something into your pie hole. What was it? I need the full details, Daniel, in... Yeah, your last supper. What was it? Come on.
Baked potato. I think people would expect me to go more fancy, and I love a fancy meal and I love a fancy thing.
Yeah.
But I am passionate about a jacket.
Right, take me through your method, please.
Okay. I'm going, give it an oven, give it an hour.
Yeah.
I'm going, maybe in this instance, a cypress potato.
Okay.
Have you had
Fluffy.
one? Fluffy,
Lovely.
delicious, big.
Yeah,
I love a
versatile.
massive, big old potato.
Yeah.
So much butter in there.
Okay.
So much Malden sea salt in there.
Yeah.
Maybe even doing the kind of 80s thing of like digging it out, mashing it about, piping it back in, whatever you want to do.
Oh, Fanny Craddock, hello.
Bit of Fanny Craddock in there.
Would you score it? Would you cross it? Would you oil it?
I would oil it.
Yeah.
I would oil and salt it.
Yeah, oil and salt before. Yeah.
And on like a bed of salt, I would put it in the oven.
Really?
Yeah. That's my new thing the last kind of 6 months. Yeah.
Oh, did you make that up or did you find
I
that?
saw someone do it. I can't remember who. But sit it on a bed of salt.
And it sort of balances it there.
It balances it there, and it kind of, I don't know if it's just like any juice that comes out is immediately wicked away, but you get a real, yeah. And then you sort of end up with like potato and olive oil infused salt at the end, which is quite nice to like put on things.
Nice. Do you go salted butter or unsalted butter?
Always salted butter. I don't understand the naan. Do you go naan?
Well, for certain things, but I don't like it very much.
Because Nigella insists on unsalted
does.
butter. I don't get that.
No.
I wouldn't have placed that with her.
And it's an hour, always an hour.
Always an hour, maybe a little more for a big Cyprus potato.
Yeah.
And then I'm never a microwave. And then I'm going...
Oh, hang on. So you wouldn't even pop it in the microwave for 4 minutes and then the oven takes over?
I have done that.
Yeah.
But not...
I think that's okay, isn't it?
I think that's okay. As long as it gets 15, 20 minutes in the oven at some point.
Yeah,
but
at least.
Not for death row for me.
No, okay.
I love I've said death row. I'm being executed in this scenario. And then I don't know.
Village?
Every single one, I would go like a tuna mayo. I would go beans. I would go cheese. And I want coleslaw. And I want all of that with this potato.
Oh my God. Coleslaw is the best.
Yeah. Find it delightful.
Yeah.
I would also go a little bit of tangy cheese. Sue me.
Oh, I love that.
I want the like full, and I want it to be huge. Because I'm not having a starter. I'm just having one massive baked potato banquet. Maybe I'm having 2 baked pots.
What are you drinking with this?
Oh, that is a very good question. An elderflower cordial, I think.
Oh, delightful.
Yeah, these are the flavours of my childhood, actually. I have a vivid early memory of sitting in an M&S cafe with a massive tuna mayo baked potato and probably a little elderflower cordial.
Oh, that's so good. So in a way, with your death, you're going right back, full circle, Lion King vibes.
Yeah, bookends.
It's got to be. Oh, I think that's really sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I love an M&S potato.
So delicious.
So good. Listen, all well and good. Now it's time to hear about...
The death.
You've got a good little voice in there, my friend.
Oh my gosh, don't stop it.
Now, the death, as we've heard. So what the hell happened? How did you die, Daniel? I'm so sorry, by the way. I'm so sad to hear of your demise.
Thank you for that.
What was the detail? I didn't get to hear. What happened?
I finally went too far with my experimental skincare regime and I fully dissolved. And friends, like, many acids go on my face on a daily basis.
Serious?
Yeah, your glycolics, your salicylics, your tretinoin, your hyaluronic.
Hyaluronic.
All of the above.
Highly ironic.
Highly ironic.
As Alanis Morissette sang.
And
your skin looks amazing, can I just say?
Thank you for that.
It
Through
looks
a lot of effort.
Are you addicted, do you think, to
Yeah.
skincare? Are you?
It's where most of my money goes, yeah.
How much do you spend a year?
Do you know what?
Are we talking 3 figures?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I think we're talking 4 figures.
4 figures, Daniel.
Yeah, easy peasy. But like most of the stuff I buy isn't actually crazy expensive, but there's 1 or 2 oils and ointments that, my God, 200 quid a pop, easy.
There's a new thing where you lie under a mask of light. Have you tried that?
Yes, the home one or the one in
the salon, and there's one at home. Is there?
There's home ones where you can buy you get like a red light mask.
Wow.
You look like a sort of cyborg wearing it.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I mean, as we were talking just before we started recording about I'm single now and dating again. I don't know what dating would be like if every night I had to be like, good night, darling, and then put on my robot red light mask. But I think I've gone one step too far. I've experimented with something.
And bad things happened.
I've fully dissolved.
Oh, God.
I've turned into a liquid.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this short break.
Do you get free stuff, though?
No, do you? Well, of course you do.
No,
but they go, oh, hello.
No, well, I'm of a certain age where they don't bother anymore. So genuinely, you are the prime. I think some free skincare should be coming your way soon.
Listen, if they're listening,
come on.
I'm open for a red light mask, and I'm open for a vitamin C ointment from SkinCeuticals.
SkinCeuticals.
That's the best. That's
And
the holy grail.
When you're on tour, I mean, that's a nightmare for skincare though, isn't it?
That is what most of my luggage is.
Is it?
Is carrying the skincare. Yeah, on a plane or in a car. I'm rattling around with a whole apothecary's like wagon of bits and bobs.
How big's your bathroom cupboard? Massive.
It's big, but I've also recently done a thing of a pinnable rack that goes on the back of the bathroom door.
We've got one of those for camping. Love them.
It is full to the brim with like ointments and potions and lotions.
And are you good about throwing stuff away if it's over a year old?
I should be better. Maybe that's partly why I've dissolved.
Because they do. Well, that's maybe what happened.
They degrade. Yeah,
they went off. They went off, and so did you. I'm so sorry to hear about that.
That's it.
When did you die? Were you on tour? Is somebody going to replace you? How does that feel?
Yeah, I think I probably was on tour. I think I was 97 years old.
Oh, brilliant.
I think I had the face of like a 60-year-old, maybe at that point, which I'd had transplanted on. Who stepped in for me? Someone that could someone like a method actor. So
Nice.
I'm thinking like Tilda Swinton.
She'd be perfect.
And she's not aged at all by that point. She's just still going.
And she's got quite similar hair.
She's got similar hair. She can do any role.
Yeah, she's very serious.
Yeah. And I
Very.
think
She's pure sort of immersion, isn't she?
she steps into it
Yeah.
like nothing.
Great. Great. No, I like that. I can see that working. Now, imagine, Daniel, for a sec, on the screen in front of you, we're playing back your life.
Yes.
We're playing back some highlights, maybe some lowlights.
Yes.
What is the one thing that you would absolutely not repeat? If you could sort of spool back and erase. Bzz.
The one moment in my life that it was very recent, and whenever I think about it, doing comedy, I think you very quickly get quite an immunity to embarrassment.
Yeah.
This has punctured through the shell.
God.
And I think about it 2 or 3 times a day, and I go, oh!
Do you get leg twitches at night?
Yeah.
Is it one of those?
It's full body, very recently, I was having my hair bleached.
Okay.
I was with a lovely girl who's been colouring my hair for a couple of years. She's great at it, which is a nightmare because it means that I still have to see her because no one else does it right. And we were talking about my recent breakup. We were talking about my ex, and we started talking about like Tommy Fury.
Yeah, the boxer.
Yes, the boxer, because the boxer's. Well, actually, I think he is boxing as well now, but he's like the boxer's brother or something.
Okay.
But he is also boxing now. The Love Island contestant, Tommy Fury.
Oh, him. I know. Okay, yeah.
And who my ex used to look like when he was a bit younger. And I was like, oh, that's so interesting. My ex used to look like him. Showed her a photo of him. She was like, he does look like him. That's so crazy. She's leaning over my shoulder by this point.
Oh, no.
Like leaning over my shoulder, looking at the phone. I'm showing her this photo. And I go, yeah. And then I swipe to show her another photo of my ex. And instead I swipe onto a close-up photograph of my asshole. A close-up photograph of my full asshole. And again, she's leaning over my shoulder to look at my phone. My phone, I would say it is occupying maybe half the screen of my phone. There is no missing it. Neither of us says a word. We don't mention it. We don't acknowledge it. I don't panic and quickly turn my phone off.
Did she know what it was?
Oh, yeah.
And
for sure.
Did she know to whom it belonged?
Definitely.
Oh.
Definitely.
She hasn't bleached it, has she?
Yes, I said, this is the colour I'm going for. Thank you. If you could just... This next.
Oh, Daniel. I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling on your behalf.
Genuinely. And also because in the moment I was like, if I react to it, if I go, oh my God, then we have to address it.
Then you have to address it.
So instead, I, like nothing was happening, very slowly scrolled it off the screen whilst going, yeah, anyway, we've broken up recently, but he did used to look like... And then I sat in that chair for another hour to finish the bleaching.
Can you ever go back?
I've been back.
Oh, you've been back.
And we've not said a word.
And did she give you a little wry smile?
There was a twinkle in the eye.
Okay. Did the eyebrow go up?
And I will say there was also a twinkle in the eye of everyone else that worked there because, of course, the moment I left, she went, he just showed me his asshole. And
Daniel, can I just ask?
Yeah.
Why did you have the photo of your arsehole there?
For my many admirers who wanted to see it.
Okay.
Because I
Did you
cried in a beautiful arsehole.
Did you take it yourself?
Yes. Flexible like a cat.
I'm not very up on these things.
Okay.
But is that a thing to photograph your own arsehole? No, but no, do you put it on your dating apps or something?
You put it on your dating apps? Yeah, as your profile photo.
Do you? No, you don't know.
No,
because I just have to ask.
Have you ever sent a nude?
No, Christ, no.
No, really?
Absolutely not, mate.
Really?
I can barely look at my own nude self in the mirror, let alone take a picture of it. And also my fumbling nana tech, I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
How do you even do? How do you get your whole self in?
Well, with a mirror or a long arm. Or anything, or get a friend or a lover to take it for you, or a parent, whoever is available. But I just think I imagine some sort of sexy chat had been happening with someone who wanted to see it.
No.
And I had provided an illustration to probably the conversation that was happening at that time. And
is it a very good specimen? Would you say?
It's a beautiful piece.
God, I've got hemorrhoids now.
Yes, I know. That's part of my...
You're grape free.
I'm grape free, yes.
That's one of the
pristine.
joys. That's one of the joys that will await you, Daniel.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
As you journey into, you're a long way off, but into early middle age, just always keep hydrated. Always keep hydrated.
I'm very good at the hydration and the fibre.
Yeah. That's
so
the
I'm
way.
hoping,
yeah, that's the way to avoid the
fingers
grapes.
Crossed. Yeah.
My family are very prone to them. We're known as the Giedroycs. Literally, we've all got them.
That's great.
We've all got them. But did you keep the photo on your phone after that happened, or did you?
I think I deleted it. I'm usually very, very careful, so that's why I probably felt safe to swipe. Because it was like over a year back, because I'd scrolled back to when I still, had pictures of my ex. It must have been one I'd missed.
I love the way in the hairdresser they're going to be discussing it, Daniel.
And also, Emma, if you're listening, I would like to continue pretending that you didn't see my ass. I don't want to talk about it when I get
You're
in this.
never, ever going to mention it.
I will never mention it to her.
Because you're right. If you were going to mention it, you talk about it straight up.
That was the time. I should have gone, oh my God.
That's my arsehole.
How crazy. That's so funny.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. That's so funny. Haha.
Yeah.
Definitely going to have to tell this on stage. Blah, blah. No. Dead serious. Red as a beetroot, but pretending it didn't happen.
It's too funny. It's too funny, Daniel. And thank you for sharing. Listen,
I regret sharing, but there we go.
We are all devastated that you and your beautiful arsehole have now gone to the worms. But while we calm ourselves down and try and get over the grief, let's turn to the listeners.
This is an email from Chrissy in London.
Lovely.
Hi, Death Gang. Love the pod so much. I'm always grinning like a fool on the tube and have been known to burst out laughing and shock an old man sitting next to me. Whoops. I love you. I've got a story for you about a time I mistook one person's leaving card for another and landed myself in a bit of trouble. So obviously 2 people were leaving work that day and 2 cards were going around the office to be signed. One of the people leaving was a good mate of mine, so I was clearly focused on that. And in thinking I was signing his card, I wrote, then you bell Chrissy. I only realised later when the second card had been handed to me that it was my mate's card, and the one I had written in earlier was for the sweet, shy lady from finance I'd barely ever spoken to before. Kill me now, Chrissy in London.
Oh, that's marvellous.
That is so delicious.
Do you know what I love about that is then. I love the way she's put in a then. Then.
Then you That's
good.
So lovely. The second worst thing of that kind of ilk is just the I think quite classic, having an argument with someone.
Yeah.
Screenshotting that conversation.
Oh.
To send to someone else to be like, this person's being a bit of a...
Oh,
and
God.
sending it to the person you're having the argument with.
Oh, God.
Saying, what a...
Oh.
And then they go, did you mean to send that to someone else?
Have you got those WhatsApp groups where you also have the splinter WhatsApp group?
You bet.
And then you send the wrong WhatsApp to the non-splinter. I've done that so many times.
Which is titled, the splinter one's titled like Mel's behaviour today.
Oh, awful, isn't it?
So dire.
Yeah.
And you like delete it as quickly as possible, but they've seen
And
it.
if you had one in return, come back to you.
I've not had one, but I'm okay if it does.
Yeah. I
Because,
think,
like,
yeah.
You know, live and let live. Like I think it's a way of letting off steam and keeping the cogs of society lubricated a little, bitching about each other.
What goes around comes around.
Let he who has not
Cast off his
to
mantle.
throw the first,
Show his own arsehole.
show his own arsehole.
It's everything will go back to that.
Exactly that.
Listen, thank you so much to you, the wonderful listeners, for sending in your excellent anecdotes. You see, we do viewing as well. We do talkies and then we do this. We do viewies. As ever, of course, we want to know more about all the stuff that you've done, like Chrissy. The email address is mel@deathpodcast.co.uk. We do go through all of your letters and voice notes over on 6 Feet Under, which is our little side hustle to this show.
Side piece.
I described it as Knots Landing to Dallas, and then I suddenly realised that was a 40-year-old reference. So
That went so over my head
exactly
that I just sort of did a little nod.
Yes, I like that.
I know Dallas.
The eyes were glazed.
Yeah.
The eyes were glazed. I'm now trying to think of a current spin-off show, and I literally can't think of it. Love Island's Big Brother.
Right.
No, Love Island's Small Island.
Extra slice.
Extra slice to the bake
Or
off.
what's the Apprentice one?
The Cloak. Oh no.
Yeah, that's the Ed
Traitors.
Gamble Traitors one. Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called? It's not called The Cloak, is it?
The Cloak.
Is it called The Cloak?
Let's call it that.
Let's call it
It's
The
better.
Cloak. Anyway, that's what 6 Feet Under is. It's the sort of side hustle. So do make sure that you subscribe on Apple Podcast or head to wherethere'sawillthere'sawake.com for all the details. Now, Mr. Fox.
Hello.
Double X. Love that.
Thank you. Just in case I need to do porn one day.
What about, do you feel a bit annoyed about Jamie Foxx?
Well, no, because we're obviously closely related. So. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. Different sides of the pond.
Yeah. There's room, isn't there?
There's room.
There's room. There's room.
So.
Good. You're dead, obviously. We've established.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening at...
The funeral.
Loved that.
Good, isn't it? Quite
Really
high,
nice.
wasn't it?
Yeah, really.
Could you go up that high?
I can go quite high.
Go on, give me
Play
your
it for
range.
again.
Give me your range.
Is that...
The funeral.
Bloody hell,
Thank you for that.
man. The funeral.
That's very good. Ooh, musical theatre. Yeah, that was quite Idina Menzel. Quite wicked.
Oh.
Go anywhere. We'll be back after this short break.
Right, the funeral. This is the big gig.
Very excited.
Okay, everyone's gathered
Mm-hmm.
for the service. It's well attended.
Thank you. Yeah, we
Well done,
announced
you.
it in Ocado Life magazine, so there's been a big turnout.
Sadly, your hairdresser has not come.
Yeah.
She never quite got over it.
No. It finished her off actually not long after this was recorded.
What is the setting? What's the vibe? Are we going winter? Are we going summer? Are we going full out? Are we going tiny? What's happening? Tell me everything.
We're going winter.
Ah.
I want a castle.
Oh.
I want a dramatic. What's it like a castle with like spires and like maybe I think there's lightning, there's rain.
Gothic.
Yeah,
Gothic.
I want that kind of Transylvanian vibe. We don't really have that many of them in
No.
England. Like
I think
Arundel or
yeah, Arundel.
Arundel?
Near Chichester.
Arundel. Yeah, or maybe Hampton Court. I want something dramatic.
Okay, Hampton Court's good. I mean, more Tudor,
Yeah,
I
it is more
suppose. Less of
Tudor.
you wouldn't get your spires.
No, I want.
You want spires. You want it on a hill,
spires.
possibly.
Yeah, that's what I want.
You're going Central European.
Yes, it's a Bavarian like mountainside kind of situation.
Exactly. Have you got any relatives in that area? Could they swing it for you?
Maybe I could acquire one.
Yeah. Yes.
Like order a nan.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe. Yeah.
A Romanian
Yes.
/ Transylvanian
Yes,
nan.
if I can purchase a Transylvanian aristocratic nan, I will.
Okay, so castle on hill.
Castle on hill,
Lightning.
rain,
Rain.
drama.
I'm seeing women in fur.
women in fur.
And I'm seeing women with semi-veils.
Yes.
So the veil comes to just below the nose.
It looks like a dark ritual is happening.
Oh,
That's what I want.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So that.
Dark glasses? Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of like sort of mafia wife meets
Oh, my
dark
God.
sorceress is kind of the aesthetic of this
love
funeral. Yeah, that. And what? So they're coming in to my very dramatic. I am pulled to the funeral. So I suppose I've dissolved.
Yeah.
I am a liquid.
You're a liquid.
Actually, I have two. Here's what we're going to do. Because in real life, I really want to do the thing of being buried with a tree. I think that's really sweet.
Oh.
You know how you get buried? They bury you with like a sapling.
I didn't know that.
So there's a thing where you can be put in like a compostable little coffin sack.
Yeah.
And then they plant you with a sapling, and then it uses you, I guess, to like grow. So I guess
that's so modern, isn't it?
Yeah, but sort of like
Love.
eco, like whatever.
But hang on, is that your ashes or you?
Well, here's the thing. So what? So
You're
here's
liquid.
what I want.
You're
I'm a
liquid.
liquid, but maybe my bones are left.
Okay.
The liquid part of me is what is going to the ceremony.
Okay. Oh, nice.
I am being stirred into a pot of La Mer moisturizer.
Oh.
That incredibly expensive moisturizer. Yeah.
Does that still exist? That was big in the 90s, I
Still
remember.
big.
La Mer. Is it?
Still huge, yeah.
Is it? I think La Mer used to come with a little scoop, like a little, you know, when you get for an ice cream if you're out on the beach.
And that's what I want in my liquefied body.
Please don't tell me that this is going to get passed around is it?
Getting passed around.
And we're going to, I'm
Yes,
assuming I'm going to be there.
Of course you're there, yeah.
I'm literally 40 years
But
old.
everyone does it and then they go, I've never looked better.
Oh my God.
Everyone's like, oh my God, it's taken years off me.
Oh my God. So everyone in the audience, I'm saying the audience, the congregation puts on your cream, a bit of you. I really like that.
He's with us always now.
Quite narcissistic.
He's in our pores. Yes, it's very narcissistic.
Very narcissistic.
This whole funeral is very narcissistic.
But fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm in a little pot of La Mer.
Okay.
My skeleton is being planted under a tree.
Yeah.
Because one of the funniest things I've ever read is that a series of trees grew a few years ago where they had grown through some sort of burial site, and the skeletons were in the trunks being lifted out of the ground.
Oh my God.
And all these like local villagers were just finding these skeletons like hanging out of like the bark had like grown around them and lifted them up out of the ground.
That's pure sort of Tim Burton, isn't it?
So funny.
It's amazing.
And so camp as well.
But how long would it take? I suppose it depends what tree.
Yeah.
God, that's amazing.
Really funny.
Who's going to bear your pall? Have you ever think about that?
Yes, I have. I'm on a tray.
Yeah.
With my little pot of La Mer in the middle. And it's Julie Walters doing two soups.
Two soups. Shaky, shaky, shaky.
Shaking down the aisle towards the end. With my body sort of flapping around. Well, not my body, my pot sort of spilling around.
Oh, I love that.
On the way to the end, yeah.
Would you ideally like her saying two soups?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what I want, yeah. Yes.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So she takes me to the final resting place.
I like that a lot. Who would you love to be there?
Maybe all of like the Ice Queen kind of actresses.
Yes.
I'd like to be there.
Nice.
The Rosamonds, the Tildas.
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett's there.
Yes.
That kind of assortment, because they'd all look good in the half veil.
They'd all look amazing in the half veil.
Yeah.
But what about, would you get enough lols and bants though? It could be quite serious,
I don't want
Dan.
any lols and bants at this funeral, Mel.
Really?
No, I want weeping, racking wailing is what I want, to a level that becomes competitive and performative.
Great.
Because they've heard that the winner, and there will be a winner, receives a third of my fortune. Whoever grieves the loudest at my funeral gets a third.
This is very real to me, this funeral. What about a piece of, I know you were vegetarian in life, but a massive piece of meat going round on a spit?
Yes.
In the fireplace.
Which is my husband at the time when I died, yeah. Some
he must
massive
die.
bear.
He must die when you die.
He has to.
Yeah. Like the Lithuanian kings of yore in the 13th century.
Yes.
If they died, all their horses were killed.
And I model most of my career off them.
They never showed their arsehole though.
That you know of.
Only on high days and holidays.
But if they did, historians would say, whoever they were showing their arsehole to, they would have gone, it was their very good friend. Heaven forbid they were gay.
So good. Has anybody been moved to say a few words about you? If so, Who?
I think dear friend and comedian Sofie Hagen is going to reveal some things I probably wouldn't want revealed.
Shall we have a listen?
Let's find out.
It's a bittersweet experience being here at Daniel Foxx's funeral. On one hand, my best friend is dead. On the other hand, he's on time for an event. The late Daniel Foxx is what I've always called him. In a way, I'm used to him not being present when he should be. His funeral is, of course, sponsored by Pret a Manger, since they felt guilty for not returning Daniel's many official complaints over his local branch not carrying enough variations of coffee. Seriously, he was always late. His last words were, "I've already left, I'm in my car right now," as he entered his shower, where he slipped and fell and was impaled by his douche. R.I.P. Oh no, sorry, rip. It says he ripped. Yeah, because of the douche. Looking at him now, I haven't seen him this stiff since he went into the Le Creuset store and bought a Le Creuset cafetière. Cafetière. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's just very weird not having him correct every single thing I say. That's how I know he's really dead. Daniel is survived by the Botox in his face. I hope he gets cremated because the bleach in his hair would interrupt the entire ecosystem.
That's true.
I want to say a quick thank you to his therapist for being here today. She's over there wearing a fur coat and a tiara. Okay, sorry. I'll wrap this up since the church is on fire. Oh my God. It looks like the priest is stabbing his body with a crucifix, screaming, "Let's see you glorify hell now." And oh my God, he's using a lot of slurs. Okay, gotta go. Okay, bye.
That is very strong.
That really nailed me. And I'm glad to have a roast at my funeral, actually.
That was a proper... Talking of roast, the cafetière.
The cafetière.
The Le Creuset cafetière.
And the fact that when she said cafetière, I was so tempted to correct her. And then she knew. She knew that's what I was itching to go, it's cafetière, actually.
What did she say at the beginning? How did she call it?
Cafetière.
Cafetière.
Which is better.
Cafetière.
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 But,
and then she knew, didn't she?
She knew. It was bait. She was baiting me.
Oh, that's very
to correct her because she knew I'd want to.
Is that true about the Pret?
Yeah. I phone my local branch of Pret 2 to 3 times a month, I would say. Maybe weekly. Yeah.
You get through. You can actually phone.
Yeah. Oh, I'm phoning. I mean, I'm getting through to like the kitchen. I don't think anyone else is phoning there.
What the hell?
And I am. Like Ravjinder, who works there, is literally like, "Oh, hello again," because they don't
Come on.
Because they don't update their I order a lot of Pret.
Yeah.
They don't update their Deliveroo thing enough. So they'll be like, one day they'll be like, "Oh, we've got no oat milk left," and that's fine. They ran out of oat milk that day.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks later, it's still not on the menu. No. I'm phoning up.
Are you just complaining about the coffee, or is it the food as well?
Everything. Your acai bowl hasn't been put back on the menu.
I thought you were going to say your asshole.
Your asshole. Your acai bowl has not been put on the menu. The other branches have seasonal favourites in now. You've not updated your seasonal favourites.
I tell you what does annoy me. I'm actually. You're speaking to me now.
Yeah.
Do you know what does annoy me?
On.
Is the almond bowl, which I love. Do you know the one I mean?
The almond butter.
The almond butter.
The acai bowl.
Oh, is that the acai bowl?
Where it's like a red goop and then it has almond
I'm
and it has
obsessed
shredded
with
apple.
that.
It's delicious.
And sometimes you can't get hold of that.
Get hold of it. And they've introduced like other annoying, like, oh, here's a new one and it's like a weird blueberry mush or like a horrible porridge.
Or a granola.
Or a granola. Give me my acai bowl.
I didn't realise that was what it was.
That's what it is.
I'm obsessed with that.
I think it might technically be acai. And I'm sure there's people correcting us here today.
Acai.
But that's not how I ride with that one.
So delish.
Yeah.
Well,
I have a lot to say on Pret.
Well, keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work.
Keep the phone calls coming in. I love the way they know you, obviously, as soon as they pick up the phone.
Oh God, this again, here he is.
And then do they sort of pass you on?
Yeah, she goes, "I'll get the guy out front, the one who actually manages the apps and whatever, and being carried through from the kitchens."
Do they ever give you free stuff?
Very rarely. Could be doing it more.
Could do better.
Could be doing it more. Just tap my microphone there for emphasis.
Yeah. Could do better, I'd say.
Yeah, I do a lot of work for them. I'm doing a lot of pushing them out there. And I would like a bit more acknowledgement of that.
Okay.
I'm a loyal customer.
Yeah, no, good. Good. What's going to be on your gravestone if you are indeed having a gravestone?
I'll have a gravestone.
Yeah.
Or a plaque.
Yeah. What would you like on it?
a very beautifully chiseled nude. Maybe it's my arsehole.
I was about to say,
Maybe.
if it's
From my younger days.
if it's a big old gravestone, you
It's
could.
a big old arsehole.
But imagine a stonemason
Yeah.
doing that. Love it. It would be amazing.
A real act of craft.
Yeah.
An artisan. Maybe I want the full. I want my hands spreading. I want everything in
Do
there.
you?
Maybe even me like looking back over my shoulder in one
Good.
of those sort of Tudor power stances, looking
Yes.
into kind of the lens, as it were.
Yes, that's strong.
Yeah.
That's very strong.
Yeah.
Girl with a pearl earring. That
Yes,
kind of
very
vibe.
that vibe.
Isn't it?
A Vermeer.
A
Yeah.
Vermeer.
Of me.
A smeared Vermeer.
That's what I want.
Now, Daniel, any skeletons in the closets? If there are, now might be a good time to reveal them, possibly.
Beyond I think by this time, nothing so much now other than the arsehole and the burning
Yeah.
Princess Anne. I think maybe a murder is in my future.
I love that as a list. The arsehole and burning Princess Anne. Have you done a murder?
I think by this point,
Who have you killed?
I don't know. Maybe my podcast co-host Dane. Maybe a colleague or something. A dramatic. I'd like to have branched possibly by this point into being like a TV chef, and maybe there's
Okay.
been a poisoning.
Oh, okay.
Maybe there's rumours like, was it me? Was it not?
Okay.
Or a hit and run.
Okay.
And there was like a shock of bleached hair in the distance when it happened, and people were then, I think that could have been Daniel Foxx. And there's people sort of trying to figure out the timings of like, did he leave the studio at a time when he would have hit that?
You like drama, don't you? You like to just create.
I do.
Your skin is amazing, can I just say?
Thank you.
You've not got a single ruddy wrinkle on you.
Thank you for that. I mean, the
Do you
lighting here is
sunbathe? Do you
flattering.
sunbathe?
Never ever.
Never.
I've been wearing sun cream. Sunscreen, as the Americans would say.
Sunscreen. Yeah, we all say sunscreen now, don't we?
Sunscreen.
Something else,
We didn't
sunscreen.
even used to say
I
sun
know,
cream.
I know.
What did we say?
Sunblock.
Sunblock.
No, we didn't.
No.
What do we call it?
Maybe it was sun cream.
I'm just, yeah, suntan lotion.
Suntan lotion.
Suntan
which is the
lotion.
opposite of what it is.
Yes.
Because we
Yes.
were still in the vibe of my mum used to put like olive oil on herself and just fry.
Absolutely. I used to make a Bako foil
Yeah.
collar
Yeah.
to put underneath
Which
to
is
get more.
so glamorous, by
Oh
the way.
my God.
In movies, when they have the big foil, that's glam.
But not now, though, Daniel.
I mean, you look very well.
Well, bless you for that. But I wish I hadn't sunbathed quite so much.
This thing is so bad for you.
Would you carry an umbrella?
Yes.
A sunbrella?
Parasolet, yes.
Would you?
absolutely. Yeah, I think so.
Would you?
I haven't, and I think I can't do that until I've found love. Because what could be more repellent than walking along with a little frilly black umbrella? Maybe one day. No, just really going to town with
The sunscreen.
The South Korean sunscreens.
Oh, really?
They do it very well.
So you reckon you should probably be popping through to the old heavenly arena. You think you've got some good stuff to offer. You've done some good stuff. You've got stuff to give. But what you should know is whether you go there or not is all down to this actually quite expensive prop. None of your ruddy tat
That's
there.
beautiful.
And before you do spin, Daniel, I'd like to say it's been ruddy delightful
Thanks
hanging
for
with
having
you.
me. I've enjoyed it so much.
It's been so nice.
It's been very calming.
Oh, good.
I'm enjoying being in the afterlife.
It's lovely, isn't it?
At
It is
last.
good.
Feels
Yeah.
right. I'm finally not aging anymore. Everything I ever wanted.
Isn't that amazing?
Isn't that wonderful?
So, Daniel, all that remains. Sorry for winking at you.
I really
went,
liked it.
I went Anne
It
Robinson.
was lovely. Powerful.
It's quite powerful.
Mm.
All that remains for you to do, my dear friend, Daniel, mon cher ami, is this.
Spin, 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 spin for your sins.
Ooh, spin for my sins.
You spin.
May I?
Please spin.
Which way does she go?
Well, I don't think she minds, actually. I think you can go either way.
Clockwise like a witch.
Lovely. Well, to find out where Daniel's soul will be dancing for all eternity, head on over to our bonus 6 Feet Under episode where me, Daniel for Fox, and Goddess Charlie will be rifling through more of your correspondence. So do make sure you subscribe on Apple Podcasts or head to wherethere'sawillthere'sawake.com for the full shebang. I love doing housekeeping. Quite good at it, yeah? Quite good. You're listening to Where There's a Will There's a Wake with Mel Giedroyc. The senior producer's Charlie Morrell and the producer is Naya Dio, otherwise known as The Goddesses. The engineer is Matthias Torres. Marketing by Janelle Brown. The assistant producer's Rani Prescott. The production coordinator's Eric Ryan. And the executive producer is Ollie Wilson.